Have you ever wondered, when panic hits, your heart racing, breath short and shallow, could just a few steady breaths actually save you from a dangerous blood pressure spike? Today, we'll listen to the emotional story of Leonard, a 68-year-old man who lived through a night he thought might be his last. To understand why breath isn't just life, it's the key to making it through the storm.
I don't know. Has anyone ever felt so panicked that you literally couldn't breathe? My name is Leonard. I'm 68 years old. I live with my wife in a quiet little town where not much usually happens. And yet, a few months ago, I went through a night I'll probably never forget in my life. That night, I woke up suddenly in the middle of my sleep. My heart was pounding like a war drum, fast, hard, relentless. It felt like it was about to leap out of my chest. I tried to sit up, but everything was spinning. Every breath felt shallow, like I just couldn't get enough air. And then, I started to panic. I've heard that high blood pressure can cause your heart to race. But this wasn't just my heart. My whole body was trembling, burning up, drenched in sweat. I honestly thought I was about to pass out. My wife woke up terrified and called 911. In that moment I thought, this is it. This is how it ends. After the checkup, the doctor told me I hadn't had a heart attack. It was a panic attack that caused my blood pressure to spike. That sounds mild in hindsight, but in that moment, I was absolutely terrified. Since then, the question that's been haunting me is, what do I do if that panic returns? How should I breathe when it feels like even breathing is making things worse? Is there a way to calm myself without having to take medication right away? And how do I control my breath when it feels like my own breath is turning against me?
Hello, Mr. Leonard. Thank you for sharing your story. I truly believe that many older adults watching this video have experienced something similar. They just haven't had the words to describe it. What you described, the pounding heart, the shortness of breath, the shaky hands and hot flashes, these are all signs of a panic attack. And yes, unfortunately, panic attacks can cause a sudden and sharp rise in blood pressure. Let me explain it a bit more clearly. When we panic, the body instantly activates a natural defense system called the fight-or-flight response. This is a survival instinct that dates back to when our ancestors needed to run from real danger, like wild animals. Even though we no longer face those threats today, our brain still reacts the same way when it senses something is wrong. In that moment, the adrenal glands release adrenaline, a hormone that causes your heart to race and your blood vessels to tighten. The idea is to pump blood faster to your muscles so you can run or react quickly. But at our age, Mr. Leonard, the body doesn't handle these reactions as well as it used to. Instead of helping us, the reaction can make us feel like we're losing control. What's even trickier is that the fear makes everything worse. The more afraid we feel, the faster we breathe. But it's not deep, healthy breathing. It's shallow, fast breathing from the chest, which doesn't bring in enough oxygen. That makes us feel even more out of breath, which raises the panic and heart rate even more. And in that spiral, blood pressure can shoot up quickly, sometimes to dangerous levels, within just a few minutes. But here's the important part. When you understand why your body is doing this, you don't have to feel weak or ashamed. This isn't a failure. It's a natural, automatic response. And once we understand it, we can learn how to manage it. You absolutely can take back control. Dear Mr. Leonard, I completely understand that feeling of helplessness, when your own body reacts so intensely and you don't know what to do. And with panic attacks like that, if they're not addressed properly, the consequences aren't just momentary fear. They can have lasting effects, both physically and emotionally. Let's start with the physical side. When blood pressure spikes in a short period of time, it puts sudden pressure on your heart and brain. In older adults, even a few minutes of elevated blood pressure can risk bursting small blood vessels, especially in the brain. That's why there have been cases where seniors suffer a minor stroke, a transient ischemic attack, right after a prolonged panic episode. But that's not all. When the heart races abnormally, it's forced to work harder. If the body is already weakened, or there's a pre-existing heart condition, a panic attack can trigger irregular heart rhythms, chest pain, or even cause fainting. And what's truly dangerous is that all of this can happen right in your living room, in bed, or even behind the wheel of a car. Now let's talk about the emotional toll, which often gets overlooked. After experiencing that terrifying feeling of not being able to breathe, many older adults develop a deep fear of the night, of silence, even of their own heartbeat. They start losing trust in their own body. Anytime their heart beats faster or they breathe a little harder, their mind rushes back to that night, filling them with anxiety and robbing them of the peace they once had. Then another vicious cycle begins. Worry, panic, high blood pressure, more panic, insomnia, fatigue, more worry. And if no one steps in to guide them out, they can live in the shadow of that panic attack for months, or even years. But believe me when I say, this is not the end of the road. Even when your body reacts powerfully, there are things you can do to take back control, starting with your breath. The key lies in learning how to breathe again, and practicing that calm breathing before the panic shows up next time. Mr. Leonard, when a panic attack hits and your blood pressure shoots up, the most important thing isn't medication. It's your breath. I know that might sound simple, but your breathing is the key that helps shift your body from a danger mode back into a state of safety. And the beautiful part is, you can practice this right at home. No equipment, no medical staff, just your breath and a little patience. Here are 3 simple breathing techniques that are especially effective for older adults facing panic spikes. 1. Box breathing. 4-4-4-4. This method is used by special forces to stay calm in high-stress situations. How to do it? Sit or lie down comfortably with your back gently upright. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Count slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for 4 seconds. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 4 seconds. Hold your lungs empty for another 4 seconds. Repeat for 4-5 cycles. Pro tip: imagine tracing the 4 sides of a box while you breathe. Inhale, side 1, hold, side 2, exhale, side 3, hold, side 4. This visualization anchors your mind and keeps it from spiraling deeper into panic. 2. Pursed lip breathing. This technique is great for people who feel short of breath during a panic episode. How to do it? Keep your mouth closed and gently inhale through your nose for 2 seconds. Purse your lips, like you're about to whistle or blow on something hot, and slowly exhale for 4-6 seconds. Focus on the sensation of air leaving your body gently and gradually. Repeat at least 5 times. Pro tip: picture yourself cooling down a hot cup of tea, not blowing forcefully, just soft, steady air. 3. Belly breathing. Deep diaphragmatic breathing. This technique activates the vagus nerve, which naturally calms the nervous system. How to do it? Lie down or sit back in a chair. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your belly. Slowly inhale through your nose. Make sure your belly, not your chest, rises. Exhale gently through your mouth. Your belly should lower. Do 5 to 10 cycles. Pro tip: practice this every night before bed. It will become second nature when you need it most. A few important reminders. Don't wait for a panic attack to start learning how to breathe. Practicing 5 to 10 minutes daily trains your brain to remember these techniques when you need them. When panic strikes, don't pressure yourself to calm down instantly. Just start breathing the right way. Calmness will follow naturally. If breathing alone feels overwhelming, ask a family member to do it with you or listen to a guided audio recording. Mr. Leonard, I know how terrifying it can feel to lose control of your own body, but with just a few minutes of daily breathing practice, you'll be surprised by how much calmer and stronger you can become, even at 68. Sometimes a panic attack is life's way of asking us to reconnect with the most basic thing we have, our breath. So we've just explored what might seem like a small issue, just a bit of shortness of breath during panic, but in reality, it can be quite serious, especially for those living with high blood pressure. Mr. Leonard is not alone. Many older adults have experienced those terrifying nights when their heart pounds like a drum, breath becomes rapid and shallow, sweat pours down, and all that's left in their mind is one haunting question. Am I having a stroke? Will I make it through the night? And even after things settle down the next morning, the fear lingers. What if it happens again? The truth is, there are things we can't control, like when a panic attack might strike. But there are also things we can prepare for, like how to breathe when it does, so we can get through it safely. So where can you begin? Practice breathing every day, even if it's just 5 minutes. Pick one of the 3 techniques we discussed and do it during a calm moment. Write the steps down and place them somewhere you can see easily, by your bed, near the TV, or even inside your wallet. That way, when a panic hits, you don't have to think. You just follow the steps. When your mind can't stay calm enough to think, let your breath be the memory that guides you. Mr. Leonard was brave enough to share his story, and I believe many of you watching this video have gone through something similar. Waking up in the middle of the night, heart racing, head spinning, feeling like everything is slipping out of control. If you've ever experienced that, or if you still find yourself anxious every time your heartbeat feels off, please don't hesitate to share in the comments below. Whether it's a quick question or just a few words describing how it felt, I read every single comment and will answer some of them in our upcoming videos. And if today's talk brought you even a little sense of calm, then consider following the channel. So each week, we can sit down together to listen, to learn, and to care for our hearts, one beat, one breath at a time.